Okay.
Hey guys, it's Joe Hashey from Synergy Athletics, talking today about one of the most injured joints in sports, and that is the ankle. Football, basketball, big time issues in basketball. In high school, I ended up breaking my ankle when I was a sophomore playing basketball, and it's primarily because I didn't have enough strength in that joint. And what happens is, when you put your foot down on an uneven surface, and often it's coming down on a different player's foot, football, making a cut, rolling it on one of these fields we have out there. Essentially, you get your foot on the side, and your force is traveling down your leg this way, and your ankle is trying to stabilize you. Well, the force is going to outpush that, and you roll your ankle, and you end up, well, in my case, breaking it or spraining, rolling your ankle. It's painful, it's not pleasant, but it is, for the most part, preventable. What's really perpetuating the problem is that people love to wear those ankle bracelets, especially high school athletes. They'll get out there, they'll put their ankle bracelets on, they'll put their heavy shoes on, and in football they actually do something called spatting, which is where they put their cleat on. Actually, they usually put an ankle brace on first, or tape it, put their cleat on, and outside of their cleat, they'll wrap tape all the way around to essentially the foot is casted in place. If you do that in practice every day, and you wear those heavy high tops to the gym, your ankle's never going to get any stronger, so when you take that off, your joint is going to be compromised. Here's an example of the shoes that I used to wear in high school basketball. These are the Tracy McGrady's, a little older. They're high tops, hard plastic, your ankle's going nowhere. I used to wear these to practice, games, into the gym. So inherently my ankles became a little bit weaker. For those of you out there who've ever broken something, you understand that when you get a cast, so you break your wrist, you put your cast on your wrist, get that cast off, 6-7 weeks, whatever it is, and that wrist muscle and hand is weaker. Same concept applies to your ankles when athletes always tape them, try to stabilize them with artificial means, not with their own strength. So that's a big problem out there in sports today. I'm going to give you a couple fixes in the gym. Number one, get out of the big high tops. You see me standing here in my socks. I don't always do lifting socks, it's not always safe, especially in a commercial gym setting. Might not always be clean as well. But I do my warm-ups in socks to increase my foot proprioception, so I'm aware of my foot in space, training the small muscles in my feet, getting it stronger, getting my ankles used to stabilizing my body weight. So when I do go to a competition, I'll put my sneakers on then. If my foot's strong, my sneakers strong, I'm not going to hurt myself. So there are a few other fixes you can do as well. First one involves a little bit of the myfascial release. I just put a video out on doing it for your shoulder. It's available over at synergy-athletics.com. And it's just the simple concept of taking an object and massaging out your foot. In this case, I have a lacrosse ball. I like it. It's a little harder than a tennis ball. And what you do is you take it and you rub it. Primarily the arch seems to be pretty tight on most people. Little circles, you can rub it the length of your foot, put it on your toes, spread your toes out, get your foot feeling better, massage it out, get those muscles moving a little bit. It doesn't have to be this. Here's actually something I've used around the house. It's a dog toy. It's my dog's fire hydrant that she likes to chew on. It's got the knobs on it, and it's got actually a larger spot where I actually can put that into the arch of my foot and use the knobs, massage it out. Just be creative with whatever you have around your house. Dog toy, lacrosse ball, tennis ball, whatever you have will work. Just something to apply pressure to it, loosen things up, get the muscles to open up a little bit. All right. Another thing to help ankle stability is to make sure your calf and other surrounding muscles healthy. And again, you can take the lacrosse ball, you can take your calf, and you can just massage it around, work it up and down. I like the small circles, get it on the outside, doing that myofascial release again, essentially a poor man's massage to get your calves loosened up. It'll help with everything from shin splints to rolling your ankle. Another thing to do is I have a piece of foam here. I picked this up at Joanne Fabrics. Jim Smith, the Diesel Crew, just put out a good video on the multiple uses of foam and the stability purposes of it. A friend of mine, Matt Ledusky, just brought me down a whole garbage bag of foam. It costs $2. This piece picked up at Joanne Fabrics, so you can go out and get it. They're round. Is simply to use the foam. It's like you're walking in sand almost. Get your feet loosened up, and you do marching on foam. I have my athletes do it for about a minute or two during their warm-ups to activate more motor units, get them ready to lift, and to wake up those feet that are usually locked in place by braces, shoes, things like that. All right, the last thing I have here, picked up from the creator of the jump stretch band. You can check out his videos on YouTube. They're really good. Show you briefly. Essentially, it's like a four-way ankle drill, if you remember what, or three-way. If you four-way neck machine, you just work on your flexion, strengthen it out, roll to the side, do a set, working your ankle that way, roll to the other side, work your ankle the other way. I wouldn't include this in your workout program, but as a warm-up or a cool-down exercise. Obviously, I talk a lot about compound exercises and their importance for athletes. This is something small to isolate one of the injured spots, work on a weakness. Once you get the strength of the ankle up, you won't need to be doing all this stuff every day. But you make those simple changes in your program, simply as taking your shoes off during warm-up. No extra time needed, but big differences made when you go step on the athletic field.